and welcome into the Flippin' Hippos YouTube channel. I'm Star the Flippin' Hippo. Today is Monday, February 17th, and because it's a Monday, that means it's time for What's Sold on eBay. As always, first I'm going to take you guys on a walk through our Instagram photos from the week, just to show you our pictures of our shipping and give you an idea of the volume that we do and how many packages we send out daily. And then we'll jump over to eBay, where I have picked out some items to show you, be it their bolos or bread and butter items that are good items to keep stocked in your store or to look for when you're outsourcing. I do not have a shipping photo for you today because it is President's Day and the post offices were closed today, so there was no shipping today, although we have pulled everything that has sold thus far and gotten it ready to go for tomorrow. And I can tell you that as of 2:30 p.m. today, which is the same time every day we do shipping at 2:30 p.m. So when you see these photos of our shipping and you hear how many sales we had, it is a 24-hour cycle from 2:30 p.m. one day to 2:30 p.m. the next day, except for weekends. It's from 2:30 on Friday to 2:30 on Monday. Make sense? So we ship at the same time every day, so we have the same or the exact 24-hour count. So as of this afternoon at 2:30, we had 33 eBay sales and 2 on Poshmark. So that's a total of 35 sales for the weekend. That is amazing. That is good. It is where we should be. I'd like to see it a little bit more because we do have about 2,200 listings now when we used to sit just under 2,000. So our average or our historical sell-through rate of 0.5% of 10 a day would be a little bit higher now, especially with the remotes. I would expect to have a few more sales, but in comparison to how things had been since October, I will take it and I won't complain. 35 sales in a weekend is really, really good, and we are happy. You can see on the screen that you're looking at, this is last Monday's shipping post, and we had 32 sales and 29 packages, 28 on eBay and 4 on Poshmark. So we have 3 more sales in total this weekend, less on Poshmark and more on eBay, but overall 3 more total. It looks like every weekend we're slowly selling more and more, which is good news. It means sales are on the rise. But then you can kind of see through the week we kind of dipped down and teetered out, but that's normal for online sales. You are going to actually see an influx or more sales on the weekend and less during the week. People just shop more on the weekend. They're off work. They're sitting on their couches watching TV while they're on their phone. They got paid on Friday. It just is. It's a fact. People shop more on the weekends. And then the normal up and down roller coaster of online sales is normal as long as you're hitting the lows and the highs. Up and down. That's normal. So Tuesday we had 9, all eBay. Wednesday we had 6, all eBay. Thursday we had only 3, and those were all eBay. And Friday, 5 items and 4 packages, again, all eBay. So Poshmark's being really slow, but I've heard that from a lot of people this weekend, that eBay is actually seeming to do really well for a lot of folks, but Poshmark is being really slow. Now, in the spirit of being completely honest with you guys, I probably haven't been putting the effort or the amount of time into Poshmark that I should be. Everything that I teach you guys to do on Poshmark, all the best practices, and the routines and the daily things that you should be doing on Poshmark that you've seen on all of my videos, those are what you should be doing. I don't always get around to it because we have so many other things on our plate, and Poshmark, it's not a priority, but it's not a priority, if that makes sense. It falls somewhere in the middle. So I mean, I can attest that we haven't been doing what we should be doing on Poshmark. So for us, it makes sense that it's slow. If you do all the best practices, typically Poshmark will pay off. You'll see the immediate payout as soon as you start sharing your closet 2 to 3 times a day and listing daily and sending out those offers. You will absolutely see the payout for it. It's almost instantaneous. That's why I like Poshmark so much, because other platforms, when you don't put the work in, you do definitely see the drop in sales, but you don't necessarily see an immediate payout. Like on eBay, a lot of people will tell you if you spend a couple of days in a row listing a ton and being really active, it still takes another 2 to 3 days to see the payout for that, or the payout for your effort. Poshmark's almost instantaneous. But anyway, I digress. Those were our sales for the week. We're having a great weekend. Knock on wood, not complaining at all. Now let's go ahead and jump over to to eBay. And we're going to start with the plush that sold last week because it's my favorite and I always like to start with it first. We didn't sell that many plush. We sold 5 plush in total, and all 5 sold over the weekend. So all week from Monday through Friday, we didn't sell any plush, and then we sold 5 over the weekend. The first one you're looking at is SpongeBob. He's a Thai SpongeBob. He was 50 cents at the Goodwill. And he was about 8 inches big. He sold for $9.37 on our 25% off sale on the weekend. But he did sell within, I think, 3 days, maybe 2 days of listing him. So he went pretty fast. So not for very much money, but 50 cents and the $9 and some change in a couple of days. Pretty good, quick return on investment. Here's Ernie. He's a Fisher Price Ernie. So he's not as valuable as like the official Jim Henson or Sesame Street Ernies. The Fisher Price are a little less of a bolo, a little bit less of price point you're going to get. This Ernie is old. He's been around forever. I believe he came from the Benz, but he may have come out of a bag we bought at a Goodwill, or not a Goodwill, but a thrift store. He was probably about maybe 20 cents, and he sold for $10.31. Both him and SpongeBob, I should have told you, shipped first class. Here we have a Mary Myers Chicago Bear. This was 99 cents. At our local Honey Pot thrift. That has been closed since July of 2018, so that tells you how old this bear is. But the bear was not listed for the entire time that we had it. When I was going through our inventory and sorting through the plush, I found a ton of plush that had fallen off of eBay, just like items tend to do, which is why it's so important to go through your inventory once or twice a year. This bear was one of the plush that had fallen off, so I relisted him. So he's been around for a long time, but I don't know how fair of an assessment that is, being that we don't know how long he had fallen off for. Anyway, he sold for $8.44 and shipped first class. Then we have a Beanie Boo's Patsy the Poodle. Cute little pink poodle with pink glitter eyes. She's very small, about 7 inches. She was 50 cents at the Goodwill, sold for $11.25, and shipped first class. And then we have this Carter's puppy, so super cute. Oh my gosh, just 1 year, a division of Carter's. This dog is so cute. So the orange things you see on his head, he ties onto a baby's crib or car seat or a swing or whatever, and you pull the dog down, and then it plays Brahms' Lullaby as the dog winds back up the cord once you've pulled it down. He was 50 cents at the Goodwill, and he was supposed to be listed for $15 free ship. You can see I made a mistake here. I must have been doing sell similar, probably doing sell similar to be honest, and I made a mistake. Thankfully, it was on the error side of more money. Sometimes when I make mistakes, I put stuff up, say he was supposed to be calculated shipping and he weighed 1 to 2 pounds. Typically when I make mistakes, I put something up for 15 free ship that should have calculated shipping on it. This is a very rare mistake I made. So he was up for 15, and then he had calculated shipping on him for a pound. This thing only weighs like 8 ounces, so they sent me a best offer of 8, and I saw my mistake and figured, well, with the $7.50 they paid in shipping plus the $8 offer, it would have been a total of $15.50, which is 50 cents more than I wanted because I wanted 15 free ship. So I accepted their best offer of 8, plus they paid an additional in shipping for him. And, okay, we're out of Plush. We had 5 Plush, like I said. So we're going to take a look at some jeans. These are White House Black Market jeans. Still a pretty good bread and butter brand, if you can find it for a couple bucks or less. These were a size 2, and they were very nice. I think they're a very nice style. They're like the trouser leg. And the White House Black Market jeans that say Blanc on them, I typically do pretty good with. These were 99 cents at the Goodwill. They sold for $23.16 and shipped in a padded flat. Next, I'm going to show you 2 super duper old pairs of jeans that now that I know better, now that I have some experience, I would not source them. But back in the day when we were learning, we sourced pretty much everything that was 99 cents, brought it home and learned that way, taught ourselves. And you can see I used to just take, these are bad pictures. I don't even have any full length pictures here. This was prior to me figuring out a setup to do the full length photos of pants without killing myself because of my disability and my bad back. If you haven't seen the video, you can search the channel. Actually, I'll have a pop-up at the end for you guys that haven't seen it after you're done with this video. I do have a video showing how I photograph jeans and do them full length. Because I did eventually figure out how to do that and accommodate my disability. But back then I didn't. These are ugly. Horrible pictures. I wouldn't source these. I mean, number one, Calvin Klein jeans don't do that well. They've kind of been erased at the bottom. And then these sizes aren't that great. But I did knock them both down to $9 with an $8 shipping fee on them. And threw them in our denim deals, and I had a woman contact me and say asked if I would combine shipping because we have pay immediately on all of our items. She couldn't buy it and wait for an invoice, so I said sure that I would do that, and I just knocked this particular. She showed me both pairs she was interested in, so I put this one to free and wrote her back and said absolutely we can accommodate free shipping on one of the items or combine the shipping for you, and I showed her this one and said I put free shipping on one. If you purchase both, you'll only get charged the shipping on the one. So she got both pairs for $18 and then paid $8 for the padded flat, and I did get both pairs into one padded flat. It was an exercise. I was about to say in futility, but it wasn't. We survived. We won. But it took both Keith and I, and it was pretty funny. Sometimes I wished we would film us when we're trying to shove things like that into padded flats. I think you guys would find it funny. All right, here we have some True Religions. Now, these True Religions were from Florida, and I remember the contrast stitching there coming up. So, because I got them in Florida, we went to so many different thrift stores out there, and their prices are a little bit better than ours. I want to say I paid about $4.55 for this pair of True Religions. I did do an experiment on them. Instead of putting them up for $50 free ship, I put them up for $42 plus $8 in shipping. And then I got a best offer of $36, which I absolutely accepted. So all in all, they paid $36 plus $8 to ship it, so that's $44. Yes, that's $44. And had they been up for $50 free ship, I absolutely would have accepted $40 to $45. So $44 in total, and of course they shipped in a padded flat. These Lucky brand jeans I found while I was doing inventory. Pulled them out of a bin. They were no longer listed. So I put them in my pile of jeans and got them up that week, and they sold within a day. And they're size 10. So it just goes to show you that, you know, sometimes you just need to be in the right place at the right time. Normally, these probably being a size 10 may have sat for a long time, but I listed them when someone who wanted black Lucky brand Lolita skinny jeans who wears a size 10 wanted them. And I can say that based on what they are, when we bought them, they were 99 cents at Goodwill. They got listed, they fell off, I refound them. And they sold for $25.99 overnight. And then they shipped in a padded flat. All right, we're going to jump into some fun things that I've been finding in the death pile. most of you have already heard the story, but we had a huge death pile. We had a huge I don't want a pile. Spent 5 months going through all of that and took a break from sourcing just to get through it all and get it all up. Some of the stuff I found was amazing. I found a bag of bags. I think I talked about it a little bit in last week's What Sold video. I found a bag, a duffel bag, of the old Cleveland Indians logo and stuff, full of other bags. This was one of the bags that was in there. It's a Welcome to Las Vegas tote bag. It has some embroidery and some beads on the front. Some of them were missing, which I absolutely disclosed in the listing and showed it in the photos. And then it had this attached coin purse. I sold it overnight. So the day I listed it, it sold the next day for $21.99. Of course, it went for free shipping. It only weighed like 10 ounces. What I did was I put the coin purse safely inside the bag, and then I put one piece of bubble wrap around it, and then some tissue paper, and then put it in a poly bag. These were something that we found in the death pile as well. I believe they were listed at some point. They fell off, and then I thought that they weren't worth relisting, and they were going to be redonated, and they somehow ended up back in the death pile. I decided to just go ahead and list all 4 of them together at one price for all 4. So I put them up for $15.99, and within 2 days of being listed, we got a best offer of $13, which I took, and the 4 of them went in a box together. With some bubble wrap and just some tissue paper in there to separate all 4 boxes from each other and to protect them from being crushed and shipping. And they went first class. And I showed you guys last week the 2 packs of Hanes underwear we had that sold together. And we had 3 packs total, no cost to us. They were just given to us. Brand new in the package, never opened. They've only been up, I want to say like a week. 2 at the most, but I want to say it's been like a week or week and a half. The first 2 packs of 3 pairs in a pack, somebody bought both. I had them up as one listing with 2 available. You guys would have seen that in last week's What Sold. And then this weekend, these ones sold. There's 6 tagless bikinis in here. Boom, boom, boom. And they sold for $21.56. Again, no cost of goods, so that's pretty amazing. They'll ship first class, and I'll probably just put like a piece of bubble wrap around them and some tissue paper and put them in a poly. And I know I said this last week, but just keep that in mind if you're ever at flea markets or estate sales or, just thrift stores and yard sales. If you see underwear that you can tell has never been worn, touched, used, unopened, all the tabs and tape and everything's intact, they're worth picking up because we sold 3 packs in 2 weeks and for pretty good money. So there's that. Here's something else we found in our death pile. Must have been something we picked up at a yard sale at one point and just kind of set aside and forgot about in the death pile. These were up for less than a week, sold for $13.12. I honestly do not remember where these came from or when we bought them or what we paid for them. I don't remember them at all. When I found them in the death pile, I was like, I don't even remember these. So, but they sold for $13.12, and we found a box that'll fit them perfectly to ship them to their new forever home. And they're shipping pretty locally, so it's going to be first class, real super cheap, like the cheapest, because even first class now goes by weight and distance. Excuse me. Now we're into the remotes. Let me get a drink of water. We sold 25 remotes last week. So that averages out to a little over 3 remotes a day, which is closing in on a 2% sell-through rate, which is amazing. Electronics, remotes, but remotes and electronics in general should always be selling at a 1 to 2% sell-through rate. And if they are, then you're doing good. Our remotes are holding steady. They've been selling at a 1 to 2% sell-through rate since we began listing them. And the more we get up, the more we sell. So we sold 25. And they sell anywhere from $7 up to $60, like I've told you guys before, depending on the model. We bought ours wholesale in bulk, paid 50-some cents to get 3,000 remotes delivered right to our front door. So we sell them all. As long as they work, we do test each remote, and then if it works, we sell it. And whether it's $7, $20, $30, $40, we sell all of them. just because we got so many for such a good deal on wholesale. And so this week I've pulled 3 out to show you that you can make a note of, the model number and the make, and just kind of keep an eye out for these. If you're not getting remotes a whole bunch at a time in bulk and you're buying them like 1 or 2 at a time, you really don't want to pay more than 50 cents or $1 for them, and you do want to aim for the more expensive ones. When you buy a bunch all at once, if you can get a deal where you can get, even if you just got like a bin full, then, you know, don't be so picky. But if you're buying them 1 or 2 at a time, you want to be a little more picky. So I try to show you guys the higher end ones. So this is a genuine Samsung Smart TV voice remote control. And you guys can grab the model number and write that down if you want. So you can keep an eye out for this when you're outsourcing. This one is a genuine JVC AV remote control. There's the model number for that one. And it sold for $22.99. And this one is a genuine RCA TV DVD remote control. There's the model number of the remote. It is for these models. Sorry. And it sold for $29.99. You can always pause this and write these down if anybody's keeping a list of remotes to look out for when you're sourcing. And all of our remotes ship first class. They all weigh between 2, and I think the most I've ever seen one weigh was like 8 ounces, all said and done. We put 1 wrap of bubble wrap around them and then put them in those yellow craft bubble mailers and send them on their way. Alright guys, let me know in the comments down below how your sales are doing. I want to hear from you guys. I seem to feel like I'm hearing from more and more people that eBay's doing better. So let me know. And hit the thumbs up before you leave, guys. It really helps the channel out so much. If you haven't already, you'd like to, please subscribe to our channel and help us feed a hungry hippo. Please join our Facebook group, the Flippin Hippos Reseller Pod. It's a really great reselling group. Link is in the description box for you there. I'll have the jeans video pop up at the end here for you guys. And if you have any questions or whatever, you can always email me at flippinhipposhelp@gmail.com. And you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We're at Flippin' Hippos on all social media. Until next time, guys, go be productive. Go make some money. Have a wonderful evening. And thank you so much, as always, for watching. You guys are the best. Bye.